Hello, I'm here with the head coach of Florida Community Christian. They're out of Tampa, Florida. Please introduce yourself, sir.
How you doing? I'm Ronnie, Ghent, Florida Community Christian.
All right, so you are new to the NPGAA. What made you want to choose this organization?
Last year, like I said, just the way they publicize things, and it's basically, it's a great platform for the student athletes, and it's basically what's been needed a long time ago.
So where do you see this post-grad kind of world within the college football landscape nowadays when you got NIL and transfer portal and players maybe not be getting the offers that they used to get?
I mean, it's a perfect place for you because of the fact that, your alternative, the other side of things is, okay, you can either sit and wait until next year, or you can come get your film and play and get more exposure and get some good coaching. Because as a college coach, I'm a former college coach myself, but at the same time, if I'm going to choose somebody, I need somebody that's got the film and that I know has been playing, opposed to, oh, I've been sitting out for 3 years and what you been doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just one of those deals to where it's just a perfect situation. It's like a perfect storm,
So having been a college coach, what appeals to you more, maturity or athleticism?
It just depends on the situation. I'm different when it comes to things. Some guys have a certain height, certain size when it comes to things. I want to know, are you going to give me grades, film, and character? If you give me those three things, I can work with whatever you're gonna bring to the table for me.
All right. A lot of these players that are joining kind of have a chip on their shoulder.
Correct.
Do you notice a difference in like how hard they want to work versus maybe somebody that was, not a walk-on, but like got an offer to maybe D1 school, kind of feels that they were, this was just part of the plan?
I mean, they should have a chip on their shoulder. I completely understand. Me being a former Prop 48, I had to sit out. I went to the University of Louisville, so I sat out. The deal for me was I had to sit out 1 year to prove that I can make it academically before I was granted my 4 years, or I could have went to JUCO and sat 2 years. Well, I would have had to give them 2 years, and then it took a chance of Louisville losing me in the wash. So I totally understand. They should have a chip on their shoulder. They should want to come in and work hard and show, like, look, I'm here, and this is why you should come get me.
I think a lot of those kids, once they, they take off that helmet for that last time, and then they, next fall comes around and they're not getting ready for camp, I think it kind of wakes them up and freaks them out. And what I've noticed so far is that they're all like taking it super seriously, because once you don't have that safety net, all right, this is guaranteed for me. I've noticed that there's kind of more of a want to work hard and take this opportunity to go. These players have to travel a lot,
Right.
and some of them may have just been used to just short bus trips. How are you dealing with that with your current team?
Like you said, reality sets in, so we do the best we can. I try and simulate things that I did at the University of Louisville, so basically, to lay out the schedule and just kind of keep it similar to what they're going to encounter when they move to the next level. So it's just, you try and keep it as close as possible.
So you have to kind of wear multiple hats doing this. So not only are you a coach, right? You do the X's and O's, but now you're like literally like shepherding them, into the next level. Like how do you kind of balance that out between wanting to get the most from them on the field, whereas some college coaches might just care about the X's and O's, will let you grow up to be a man, but you have to actually help them prepare for college, correct?
Right. So I mean, I've had a lot of experience. I played in the NFL with the Eagles, Bengals, and the Saints, and then I played in the UFL, which was a startup league. So I kind of seen some of the things and trials and tribulations we had in the UFL. So you learn a lot. And then I had arena ball experience. I've coached arena ball, so it's like I've been on many different stages. So wearing all the different hats, I'm used to it. So it's just you learn from each and every situation you've ever been in, even back in my Lakeland high school days. So I learned, that was the foundation that kind of started me. But you learn everywhere you're going, and you just incorporate it in your program.
What's the one thing you would like to impart to your, like if they leave and they forget everything, all your players, what's the one thing you want them to take away from you?
Just learn how to be true to yourself, be accountable, and just be real with yourself. At the end of the day, film doesn't lie and grades don't lie. So a lot of people, they want to put up the film, but they don't want to put up the grades. But it's funny how it all goes back to academics. You know, every time I talk to a college coach about a guy, I can rant and rave about a guy, but the first thing he's gonna ask, okay, what's his GPA, coach? And then if you can spit out a GPA and flow with it, it's a great conversation. If you have to, well, you know, it's kind of like a certain situation. Like you can see the conversation just going dry. So it's academics is the key. I mean, you're already in a situation that you can help catapult yourself academically. So why not utilize that?
There seems to be a lot of de-emphasis on academics in college football. It's all about the NIL money. You know, people kind of laugh when you say, well, they're also given this opportunity for, 4 years to get an education. So you're pushing education here. I mean, obviously they have to make the grades, but that's something you want to impart on them, like even throughout college, take that,
You have to, because, with myself, again, I was on top of the world. And then in 2002, I hurt my knee. So at first, I was in a situation where I was going to be this top draft pick, and I had to come back and kind of regroup again. So it's like, and that kind of makes reality set in. I got a lot of friends that I remember my last play at Lakeland High School. A lot of guys was crying on the sideline because that was it. Same thing in college. A lot of guys had emotions because that was it. So it's like, what's next? Even myself, I graduated later on in life. I had a coaching change my senior year, so I had to go train for the combine and the Blue-Gray All-Star game and the Senior Bowl. So they put me in a situation where you're either going to stay here and finish or go pursue. And I mean, you know what everybody's going to choose.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, regardless if I got 20 hours left today or 20 hours left 20 years from now, I did go back and finish, so that was a good thing. I graduated with a 3.8, so it's not like I'm just preaching something that I didn't go through and do myself. And throughout my career, life after football, it seems to be a common theme. It all comes back to education. I went back to work at Lakeland High School, but it's about education.
Right.
Did you get a degree? So it's like everything you do in life at some point in time, education is gonna come back and bite you if you didn't do it. So why not, if you started the task, just go ahead and complete it.
What's something that you learned from Coach Castle? He was the Florida Coach of the Century in all sports by the FHSAA. He's a legend in a room full of legends. What is something that you learned from him?
Just hard work and dedication, and just be true to yourself, man. Coach Castle's a great guy. Just phenomenal career. I hope I can get half of that being a coach. 8-time state champion, had X amount of undefeated consecutive seasons, district titles, and just to stay at one place for over 50-something years, that's an accomplishment in itself. So, great guy. I hope he's actually enjoying his retirement. Because I know Miss Castle, she deserves it. It's like a lot of people don't understand, as a coach's wife, it's one of those deals that they've put up with you for so many years. Miss Castle, like for over 50 years, so he needs to be. I know he took a trip to Hawaii, so he needs to be going to all kinds of places. But like I said, that was my foundation, man, and it's taught me a lot. It helped me when I got to Louisville, and it helped me in the pros. So I can honestly say that I've been prepared for every situation that has come my way because of my foundation at Lakeland High School.
All right, this is the head coach of Florida Community Christian out of Tampa. So good luck on the season.
All right, thank you.